Okay, welcome back. And in this, up till now, we have kind of looked at how one can log into the application. And once somebody logs into the application, uh, you have, based on the user's login, you have the responsibilities that are assigned to the user, and the responsibilities identify basically the role of the user within the Oracle ERP system. And once you click on the responsibilities, it we kind of go through the sub menus or the menus associated to the responsibility. And in this example, we clicked on the purchasing vision operations responsibility, and within that we went into the purchase orders menu, which opened up the purchase order screen. So let's look at some of the fields and some of the functionalities within these Oracle forms. Now, as you've seen here, our responsibility is called purchasing vision operations, right? And you would see here the operating unit is by defaulted to the vision operations that was based on the responsibility that we chose. Now, in this purchase order screen, what you see here is the what you see here is the purchase order entry screen. Now, let's just go ahead and enter a sample purchase order. So I went and clicked on this supplier field. Now, by clicking on the supplier field, the minute I clicked on this supplier field, you see there is little 3 dots that appeared on this particular field. The 3 dots here implies that there is a list of values that is available, or there is a pick list available for me to that I can use to pick the supplier. So it primarily indicates that I don't have to remember who the supplier is, but I can use this pick list to pick my supplier. So if I go ahead and click on this 3 little dots, I just go here and click on it. By clicking on it, it opens up this little search window, which I can use to search the suppliers. So now, one of the things you have to keep in mind is in Oracle, whenever you use a percentage sign, that is that's kind of using a blank query where you're trying to retrieve everything that is out there, and it's always not a good idea to use the percentage sign, especially when you have a huge volume of data. Then and if you try to query based on a percentage sign, it might take a very long time, and it might actually freeze up your system momentarily. So it's always a good idea to use some kind of a criteria and use the percentage sign with the criteria to make the searches significantly faster. So let me just do OFF and then percentage sign and find. So here we have Office Depot. So let's just go ahead and click on Office Depot. And see, by clicking on selecting the Office Depot, it automatically went and populated the site information, the ship to information, the bill to information. Some of those fields which were blank before were automatically populated. So let's just for the sake of checking, let's check on the site. So by clicking on the site, it appears that there's only one site that is associated with this supplier. So when I click on this pick list, it tries to go and look for the sites, but since there's none, it just since this is the only one that's available, it goes and populates. It goes to the contact. The next field, it travels to the next field automatically. So let's click on the contact again. Let's click on the pick list, and it appears when I click on the pick list here. If you see, there is the list of values contains no entries, meaning there are no contact values. And you can also see the message down here at the bottom on the status screen, which says same thing, list of values contains no entries, here where my mouse is. So sometimes whenever you're trying to save something, it might appear that nothing is happening on the form, but if you look at the status bar, which is right down here, you might have a message right there. Okay, so then let's go to description and then just say testing purchase order. Okay, so from there let's go down to the line, and I'm trying to enter a sample line item. So I come here again, here for the type. If I click on the list of values, it pulls up with the whole list of type of values that are available. So I leave the item as goods as it is, and now let's go and click on the item. Again, here I see there's a pick list for the item. Let's go and click on it, and so I'm assuming there's not that many, so I'm just using a blank search here. See, since I used a percentage sign, it is taking a while to retrieve the data. So now here we see the items popping up, so from the list of values. So let's just go and let's say we want to buy the cartridge. Select that, and okay, so it finally populated the item, and populated with the unit of measure, the description, the quantity, and then the price is automatically populated as it was stored in the system. Let's say we want to buy 100 quantities, and then if you see, when I typed in the 100 quantity, the total here changed from 0 to 1000. Right? Let's just go and enter one more line, and here I'll just 751000. Okay, so here let's select the and then that brought up the color cartridge again. Now once if I change it to another 100, you will see once I tab over here, the total would change to 2000 automatically, right? So the system, and that's the piece basically on the forms, and whenever as you're entering the data is being validated, and also wherever there are calculations, the calculations are being done on the fly, and that's what is being done within the forms side. So let's just the next thing we'll go through the shipment screen in the next segment. So far what we have seen is we have come into the purchase order, and we started creating a purchase order for supplier Office Depot, and by using the pick list we selected the Office Depot, which populated the site value for that supplier, and then we came onto the lines, and we started entering the lines with the details of the supplies that we want to order. So here in this first line we are trying to order a black and white cartridge of 100 quantity, and the price was pre-populated based on the value that was stored in the system. And then here we have the color cartridge again with the price that was pre-populated. Now here you can, even though the price is pre-populated, you can change the price, let's say based on a discussion that you had with the vendor, and kind of change it. So in this case, let's say the black and white cartridge, we change it to $5, and we leave the color cartridge value at the $10. And see, by changing it to 5, now the total has changed to 1500. In the next segment we will go over the details of the remaining part of entering the purchase order.